Good afternoon, everyone. Working Mums Wisdom Day 5. Thank you so much for all your support and your wishes. I've had so much positive responses in my DMs yesterday around the episode on leadership. And many of you have said you want to continue to hear on this topic. So I have decided I want to make a 5-part series on leadership, specifically around young mums or even women in general, and also for the people who haven't had the leadership opportunity before, or you did do leadership role, currently you're not in a manager capacity and wanting to transition and feel you're just stuck. I think this is going to be very useful for that audience. I will make a part. Today is going to be part 2. I will make a part 3, 4, and 5. I think at some stage I'll talk about self-awareness, talk about stakeholder relationships, and talk about how do you have more influence on the audience and on the people that you have or around you or underneath you. So those would be coming up as well. I just need to break it down a little bit more. And if you're hearing something in the background, that's Aidan. He just got home from childcare. So my apologies if you hear him, but I guess this is us. Women in leadership. All right, so here's a story I want to tell you all. About 4 years ago, yes, little bit under 4 years now, I was on a maternity leave and I returned back to work. Prior to going on a maternity leave, I was already in a leadership capacity, managing a smaller, medium-sized team, and went back on leave. And I was very happy when I went on leave. Loved the job I did and content with the role, the position that I had. Went on a maternity leave for 7 months. I come back and I felt that the ceiling was no longer a ceiling. It was actually a door. And I'll tell you why. The ceiling was no longer a ceiling. It was a door to get out. So within 3 months of going back to work, so 7 months of maternity leave, somewhere around 7 months. And within 3 months of returning back to work, I moved into another role. I felt I found myself feeling more frustrated than celebrating wins, looking at the negatives rather than actually looking at the positives. And I'm naturally somebody who looks at the positives. And so that was my sign to say, this no longer serves me. And it had nothing to do with the workplace. And I always want to tell everybody, let's not have the victim mentality ever. Because if that's what you would think and you will believe that and you will act that, and if you're a victim, who's going to help you? You need to help yourselves, because guess what? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kids waiting for you. You've got that husband waiting for you. No one will at home have a clean laundry if it's not been done by you. So we just don't have time to play or be a victim. We just need to keep going. And so I decided to start to look for roles, and I think a number of interviews, and I moved into another organization. So here's the learning I want to share from that experience for all of you guys, that when you're feeling the frustration, when you're no longer seeing the joys, and if that outweighs, actually your negative experiences outweighs the joy and the positivity you have, that's the time to look for that door, because that ceiling, you've hit that ceiling and you need to go and find the door to exit. Second advice, do not quit your job at all. I do not recommend, even if you're financially strong, even if you have enough money saved up, as we've discussed in a few episodes earlier, it is not the recommendation. It is always harder to land an opportunity when you're no longer employed. It's not the worst thing. We can talk about that. How do you overcome that? Because guess what? Your girl here has had the privilege of being made redundant once, and the second time was I turned lemonade. I turned lemon into lemonade. I lemonaded the gig. I turned lemon into lemonade the second time, and I can talk about that as well. I just need to double check. I am allowed to talk about that. So here's my tip. Get ready. Start to look for that opportunity. Just because you think you can do your job and you're great at it does not make you ready for the next level. And it is not your employer's job to give you that next gig. It is going to be always just to be putting you out there and say, I deserve it, I'm worthy of it. And trust me, you already have the technical skills. So you doing it over and over and over is I don't think it's going to add. Some of you here personally, I know you and I have managed you, and I know you will watch this. You girls have met your KPI month after the month. No one could touch you. And I know you wanted more than what you were doing at the time. And I think what stopped you, and I have told you this, is your ability to influence people, your ability to bring the weather with you. And that takes me to my next point. And I don't mean you go out and become the peacock in the office. That's not leadership is all about. Someone once told me, and this is probably about last year, someone once told me, and I think about it all the time, that they can hear my shoes before I arrive into the office building. And because they said when I walk into a building, I walk like I'm on a mission. I walk like I'm going to do something today. I don't know, I don't see myself doing that, but they've seen it. And they said something afterwards, because I'm naturally a curious person. So I said, oh, that's really good. Thank you so much for the feedback. Tell me why you would think that. Tell me why you feel that. And they said, because you bring the weather with you. And do you know who says that? Mel Robinson, my favorite author. This person had said that I bring the weather with me. And when they said it's because I bring in the energy, whether it's going to be urgent and these are the things we need to do. But at the same time, I can light up a room with a comment or a joke. I love complimenting people. And so I lighten up the weather and the room instantly as well. So here's my second segue. Be self-aware on how you land, read the room, work on that delivery and that people skill. Because guess what? You've already nailed your technical expertise. You already know what you're doing. If you are a woman, if you're a girl, I have seen it time and time again. You are great with your Excel sheets, with your data entries, with your paperwork. Nobody can touch you. But if you see men, on the other hand, not the most savvy, structured people. But what they do have is this inherent confidence that they think they can do it. And us women tend to be more apologetic for that. So I want to wrap up because I think it's been going on for 6-7 minutes. I want to wrap up quickly. When you feel you have hit the ceiling, that's your sign to look for a door and get out. Do not shrink yourself to fit in and say, this is maybe how I'm feeling it. No, that is your data. Believe in that, because we all have strong instinct. So follow that. Bring in the weather with you wherever you go. Work on that influencing people and be self-aware and read the room. Thank you so much for watching episode 5 on Working Women's Wisdom Leadership Edition. I'll keep making more of these. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Is it subscribing? Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And if there are any other topics you want to hear about, comment or message or DM me. Thank you so much and I appreciate you. Bye.